You are watching CIOTV by Enterprise IT World, a production of Accent Info Media.
So, good afternoon and welcome to this special edition of CIOTV Gitex. We have with us Mr. Tejas from Nexus, and let's hear what he has to say about his experiences at Gitex and a little bit more about what Nexus is about and how they have been operating in the region. So, welcome to CIOTV, Tejas.
Thank you so much, Balaka.
Yeah. So tell me, what your experiences Gitex has been, and what kind of things are you doing here, and what are you hearing from customers?
So this is my first time at Gitex, so really excited to be here. I've also realized that this is kind of a melting pot for not just people from Middle East, but possibly all over the world, and seems to be the right and the premier conference, for many technologies to be launched over here as well. Indeed. Yeah. So really excited to be here, Balka.
And what has been the quality, what has been the quality of conversations here? Like, what do you hear from customers?
Well, our presence over here is more about driving partnerships. So we know that we will be able to go and start some end user conversations as well. But the real excitement is all about creating relationships and partnerships, which will possibly help us, throughout the next few years. So with that context, we have met some really nice conversations, started some really good conversations with a few select partners all over Middle East, some in Africa as well, and we look forward to leverage that in the future now.
So, what kind of partnerships are you looking at? SIs or distributions, or what kind? And what are your specific, go-to-market things in different regions?
So all across actually, Balaka, we follow a multi-tier approach towards our markets, which means we're looking for partners, who are specialized in a certain segment and a vertical. Let's say government or financial services, for example. Energy is a strong segment of focus for us, and so is telecom. So we're looking for partners, system integrators, value-added resellers, who have relationships with these companies, who can then bring them on board with us, and then they make the connections and we do the rest for them.
Explain to us what Nexus is about, and what kind of presence you have in the region.
Nexus is an identity company. We are in the business of giving identification to everything, right from people to things as well. Now, of course, there are many options available, for people to provide identities, but Nexus focuses on the highest level of identity, and that is centered around the solution called as PKI, or public key infrastructure, and that's the foundation of all the solutions at Nexus. So we use that to be able to go ahead and secure the identification of people by using, let's say, smart cards or smart mobile applications. But now we are leveraging the same platform to go ahead and provide identities for the smarter things as well. So everything from the connected cars, to the connected washing machines, to connected smart meters, everything is getting smarter, and is now able to go ahead and interact remotely as well. And that's where the security issues are, and that's where identity becomes a very important part.
I mean, it's scary to think, the expansion of the attack surface, and when you come about driverless cars, and we are talking about IoT in terms of say in the oil industry, the remote machines, that IT and IoT integration is a very challenging aspect of I think infrastructure management. So can you tell us how, a little bit more about, what are the challenges these sectors are facing and how are you enabling them?
Specifically around IoT, although the field seems new, the challenges that the field of IoT faces are not so new. So for example, the challenges are the same as that we face in typical IT. For example, when you're interacting with some device, whether device, when it claims to be somebody or something, is it indeed who it claims to be, or is it a rogue device? When that device is sending some data to you, is that data being tampered over the wire, or is it genuine? Okay, and the third thing is, whether the data is being sent over the wire, is somebody else listening on to the data as well? So the challenges actually are very similar to what we face in a typical IT field as well. And that's the reason why what we suggest is that you don't need to go out and create a new solution for managing the IoT challenges, but rather you can use something which is tried, tested, and working for us for several years now. And that's exactly the foundation of PKI. To tell you a bit about PKI, when you, let's say, go to any website, let's say you go to your bank's website, how do you know that you're actually the bank's website and not anybody else's? right? So you have a certificate that is assigned to the website. It's called SSL certificate, and that's the foundation of how internet works. That's the same foundation that we've got into people and now into the IoT world as well. So that when you start your phone and you're able to go and connect to your car and find out what the car location is, and the car is ready to transmit its location to you. How does the car know that sending the location to rightful owner and not to somebody else? That the data cannot be misused. So to ensure that, we provide a fabric of PKI or digital certificates around the IoT network, which allows you to go ahead and secure and manage all the challenges.
Are your solutions restricted to establishing the identity, or even after that, once the session starts, your solution?
That's a great question, Balaka. So because providing identity is the genesis of it, and obviously it needs a strong genesis, but that's not the end of it. So we have solutions which are able to go ahead and not just provide identity, but also do authorization as well, which means once the identity is done, what else can you do with your identity? And it can take multiple form factors, it can take multiple forms in terms of how to prove authorization. We are completely open standards based, which means we are able to support standards like SAML, like open authentication, to be able to go ahead and interact with any kind of authorization engine that you might have.
When you're saying you're looking at system integrators, are you looking at specialists who have capabilities in security solutions, or generic system integrators are okay? Because I'm asking it from the point of view of the skill gap in security solutions. So I just want your perspective.
Well, we have had success with both kinds of partners. We have had success with partners who come with some kind of a security background and are then able to go ahead and translate our messaging better to the end customers. However, we also had success with partners which are vertically focused as well. So for example, a partner who might be very good in telecom, will get us and bridge us across to the right telecom companies. And through the journey of closing the first few opportunities, the telecom partner learns the tricks of the trade and is able to go ahead and create the right messaging. So we are pretty generically open to any kind of a partner that comes along.
Another aspect of security, I don't know whether it will apply to you, is how much is too much, or what is the optimum level of security you offer in terms of balancing the security and the productivity of the organization. What are your thoughts on that?
We believe that the right balance is both. Traditionally, whenever the security has been increased, we have seen that the usability drops. Okay, that's exactly where solutions like Nexus come to the fore. With our security platforms, we actually enhance security and usability at the same time. Let me give you an example. Most people don't love passwords, right? But passwords are a kind of a necessary evil these days. What we do is we try to go ahead and remove the need for passwords. At the same time, increase the security by using something as convenient to us, which is, let's say, mobile phone application. So the user experience is that the user just has to enter the username. You get a pop-up notification on the phone, and you use your fingerprint or your Face ID or your PIN to just complete the log on. So it becomes MFA. At the same time, it increases security because you're replacing what you know with something that you have and something that you are. So we are able to elevate security at the same time, improve usability as well.
Gitex has been good for you. Do you intend to return to Gitex again?
Absolutely, Balaka. I think it has been a great start for our engagement with Gitex, and we look forward to many more years.
Nice speaking to you. Thank you.